So this is essentially financial debt for all of them, including Nigeria, because now everyone in the world has turned their satellite to Nigeria. So in the modern global economy, being cut off from the US financial system means you can barely function internationally. It's just like cutting off internet from you. You can't function. You'll be isolated. That's what it means, because now everybody will be careful where you are. So, and if you look at the timing, I always love to connect the timing of this event that is happening. If you look at the timing of this announcement on the, I think, February 10, 2026, it is very, very significant for us as Biafrans, because something raised the dust, something raised the smoke, and that thing is the Biafra Republic government in exile and our lobbyists, Washington and Madison LLC, our Mazi Obong alias. You could see that there was congressional pressure, which is this, in late 2025, and in December 2025, we saw the US Congress had their hearing on religious freedom violation in Nigeria. And Biafra Republic government lobbyists, our Obama Azelias, had been working for months to shape this narrative. And this is the result that we are seeing. Congress recommending visa ban, asset freezes, and all that. The Rabiu Kwankwaso case and the Miatiala Cattle Breeder Association, the Miatiala Cattle Hore, all of them now packed together because of the work of the Biafra Republic government in exile. Please kindly share the space as you are joining. And we could also see that same October 2025 that President Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, which he posted in his Twitter handle, that Nigeria will be placed on a religious freedom watch list, alleging that Christians were facing persecution and being killed by Muslims. So this was the second time, which we all know, that Nigeria received this designation, you know. And then he did not just end there, he had to back it up with the airstrike, which was their Christmas gift on December 25th. And you saw how Remi, the Fulani First Lady, called that airstrike and said, oh, quite a blessing, and asked for more US military airstrike in the northern part of Nigeria. And today they are at rift. The Yoruba and the Northerners, they are at rift, crossroad right now, fighting against Remi Tinubu for demanding for more airstrike on the northern part of Nigeria. And as if that was not enough, we could also see the 432 billion Aerofy scandal just weeks before his sanction announcement. The Aerofy corruption allegation exploded. Yes, and you could see how he responded, accusing Tinubu of importing thallium sulfate, which is the deadly poison. And he's also accusing Tinubu of spending $9 billion to lobby the US to sanction Kwankwa. So they are now in headlocks between the two parties and the two tribes, Yoruba and the northern state, and we are here watching them, because these are the same people that connived together to kidnap Onyendu from Kenya, thinking that they will end Biafra. But today, they have turned against each other, fighting. And you could also read when, what is his name, Erufai, warned that the Tinubu government is evil beyond your imagination. And maybe when we've been saying it, they did not take us serious. But now they have seen it with their clear eyes that truly Tinubu government, even though he was the one campaigning for Tinubu, hey, in 2023, all of a sudden, they have turned against each other, and we will see exactly what is happening. So, if you are not for Brigi, you have lost it. And if you are not in Brigi, you have lost it. If you are not for Brigi, you have lost it. You have lost it completely, because this sanction now shows you the result. Brigi's strategy has been shaped. It has shaped the narrative. It has framed that conflict in Nigeria as Christians being persecuted by Muslims. That is the work of Brigi. And it did not just shape it, it provided documentation, gave proof, evidence, to pieces of evidence to Congress persons. testimonies, photos, videos. They've also let them know that this is is targeting specific individuals. This genocide that is going on, and those that are being killed are Christians. And who are the Christians? The Biafran people. And then they now said, okay, they push for sanctions on specific people, not just abstract politics. And we've seen it play out every day. You see? And it is working. If you look at the progression, excuse me, from March till date, you can see that there is no way you will discuss this and exclude the Biafra Republic government in exile. It is the outcome of the work of the Biafra Republic government in exile. It shows that Briggy is working. And I want to use this opportunity to really thank our soldiers. We are not going to discuss our soldier here. No, we value them so much. But I just want to let Prince Will, our soldier, to know that we really give him more respect for that courage he took to come out to apologize to our Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere and to Briggy as a whole and to Biafrans. That's humility. That is how a leader should be. Yes, it is okay to make mistake. It is okay. But as pastors used to say in Nigeria, it is not in the falling, it is in the rising. He fell, but he now realized that where he fell to was not the ground he's supposed to fall on. And then he got up and said, where am I like the prodigal son? I need to go back home. And that home he came back is the Biafra Republic government in exile. The same people that lure him out were the same people that caused the problem. All that glitter is not gold. But we love you so much. We appreciate and we accept your apology because it hurt us as Biafrans. But we love you, and we give you more respect than all your team members. We salute all of you. You are our soldier, and we know your sacrifice. You are the oldest armed group or security group in Biafra land. You are the oldest. Right from the time that Wazirike dropped this Biafra when he was arrested, you picked it up to protect the Bakassi for us. And since then, you have been working effectively. Until recently, the same accountability that were the ones that make us to go bankrupt, lure you and deceive you with the name of Prime Minister. But it's okay. It's okay. So we really appreciate you for coming back. There is nothing like Briggy. Briggy is the home of everyone. Briggy is the structure of Onyendu. In fact, Briggy is the structure of Owazirike, even though he did not continue because of the same sabotage. Our Onyendu picked up from there. Our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa picked up from there, our first Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere picked up from there. There is no division. It has not split it. We are still on that same template. Other ones are groups making noise. So I use this opportunity to tell all genuine Biafrans, come back home. If our commander could come back and tell you that he doesn't even know what a man Madabu wants, today is not the day. I don't want to talk about it. But if you go back and listen, you see sincerity. It's just like someone going for confession. You see sincerity. He has gone. He saw things for himself. He said, no, 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 no. This is not what they told me. No, this is not what Ogechukwu Nkere is, our Prime Minister. No, he saw it and he said he doesn't know what they want. He has been, so if he's the one coming out to give you feedback, that means nothing is happening there. And I believe that what really pissed him off was the last one. They brought a lawyer that came and told our soldier, Prince Will, pray, do prayer and fasting. Our soldier said, no, 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 no. Prayer and fasting is not the solution to this one. I beg to leave because this was not the training that I got. I've never been doing prayer and fasting for Biafra to come. It is about action. Lawyer, you can continue with your prayer and fasting, but what he is saying now is not about prayer and fasting because the Simon Ekpa that you are talking about now, he did not do prayer and fasting. He was a man of action. You see, so that one man pissed off our soldier. He said, no, let me go back home where there is no prayer and fasting, where action used to emerge from, where unity is found, where peace is found. Ever since I left Briggy, I have not had peace because he saw that they were on a different template, a different aim and objective. He saw that they are there to destroy. So if our soldier can come out, you see, all things work together for good for them that love God. He went, and God is using him now to give you testimony. The word, God in the Bible say, you know, I'm not a pastor's wife. We overcome by the word of our testimony. He has come out to testify and tell you, my brother and my sister, if I had misled you, if you had seen me go in that direction, come back, oh, come back. There is no road there. The only place that you can have peace is the Biafra Republic government in exile, headed by Ogechukwu NKERE. That those ones, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they are doing. He has seen it. How many months? He didn't spend one day with them. He said months. And to be honest, months, immediately they started, he left. So we really appreciate you. We are not here to talk against you, God forbid. We love you and we respect you the more. We respect you. So send our love. If you will play this space later, we say send our love to your team members. Tell them we welcome them back. God bless each and every one of you. And may God, put a blockade between you and the saboteurs. They will never see you again. Because I know you love Biafra. You have sacrificed a lot. So many years. You withstood all forms of sabotage. God bless you. Yeah. So let's go back to the space now. Where did I even stop, sir? So you could see that Fulani, the US Congress specifically, a targeted Fulani-dominated organization, and the individuals, because the narrative has been successfully established that the Fulani headsmen attack on farming communities. And these farming communities, we have the religious persecution of Christians. It has been successfully established by our Biafra Republic government lobbies that Boko Haram is an Islamic extremist targeting Christians. And the northern governors have implemented Sharia, which they have used to persecute Christians. So whether you agree with this framing or not, it is now the dominant narrative in Washington, D.C. And our lobbyists are not backing down. They are not backing down. So you as a Biafran sitting on the fence, waiting for your leaders from the detention to give you instruction, are you not ashamed of yourself still sitting on the fence? Why don't you come back home? Why don't you hear the word of our soldier and come back home and know that nothing is there? He did not even compare Ngozi Rabeze because he knows that one is coconut head. No plan, no agenda. Every time you come out and pass bill with her family members, and then they will share it online. So he did not even make reference to them. Biafrans, do you know that Orabweze catastrophe was not even much compared to July 2025 accountability? They were deadly. 2025 accountability was a deadly accountability group. But God made it possible for us to scale through. And today, we have seen where they are, that they are confused. They don't know what they are doing. You see? And people are asking, Kwankwaso implemented Sharia in KANU when he was the governor. So the US Congress is now saying, oh, if you implement religious law that, discriminates against non-Muslim, we will sanction you. But here Rufai pointed out and said, oh, 12 northern states implement Sharia. That Zamfara did it first. Why is Kwankwaso being singled out? And you know why he's being singled out? According to El Rufai's theory, because Kwankwaso refused to join APC. He ran against Tinubu in 2023 under NNPP. And now, according to El Rufai, Tinubu is using US lobbying money to punish him. Now then talk no be so. So whether El Rufai accusation is accurate or not, the fact is Kwankwaso is now facing potential US sanctions, while other Sharia are implementing governments are on the waiting list. They cannot escape it. They cannot. Whether it is true or not, they cannot escape it. And as our sister said, the cyber crime NNAMDI Benson, 7 of the 8 sanctioned Nigerians were linked to terrorism, but this NNAMDI is sanctioned under Cyber 2 provision for cyber crime. Because, my people, It shows, it shows the US is taking, a comprehensive approach to Nigerian threat. And the threat in Nigeria is terrorism and cybercrime, financial crimes, organized crime network. So Nigeria is now the world's second largest cryptocurrency trading market. You see what is happening? So for this man now to be mentioned in their list, it suggests that the US has identified Nigerian cyber criminals who are the terrorists that are using cryptocurrency to hide funding. They map out this pathway for them. Cyber criminals are generating money through fraud, and some of that money is funding terrorism. And the Nigerian government cannot even stop it. So the US is stepping in to say, we have to stop the funding. Remember when Musa used to tell like Ngozi Orabueze, we must cut the funding, because he was passing the message to Ngozi, cut Biafra Republic government exile, cut the funding, cut the funding, cut the funding. Now it is time for the US to cut, and this one, hey, this one is deadly. This one is deadly. So you could see that the Nigerian government is in a very strong dilemma right now. Yeah, they are. Because if you look at now, Nigeria is in a very, very terrible position. They don't even have ambassador in Washington, D.C. Yes, Nigeria don't have any ambassador there. No confirmed ambassador to the United States. So that means no senior diplomatic presence to counter any narrative for them. No direct line to US policymakers. But when the Biafra Republic government were, meeting with the senators and congressmen, Nigeria had nobody in Washington, D.C. to present the other side of the story. You see? So when the US now say, we are sanctioning these 8 people for terrorism link, Nigeria cannot credibly respond, because you know what? The chief of defense staff himself admitted that he doesn't know how Boko Haram is funded. Musa said it. That over 120,000 Boko Haram members surrendered with hard currency. My people, do you remember this statement from Musa? He said that they surrendered with hard currency and nobody knows where the money came from. It is Musa that said it. Nigeria security officials have been accused of negotiating with terrorists. These are documented cases of security forces paying ransom to. There are so many. There are so many documented cases. Even when Musa came out and said there is no more negotiation with bandits, under his nose, they are still paying ransom to bandits. So who is he deceiving? So the religious freedom narrative is very, very difficult to counter, because the statistics are there. Thousands of Christians are killed every day in Nigeria. Churches have been attacked. Christian communities in the Middle Belt, in the Northeast, in Biafra land, they have been displaced. So it is very, very difficult to counter what is happening. So difficult. And when they want to counter, they will say, Muslims are victims too. Yes, we know, but it is those Muslims that have refused to accept Sharia. That was why they were slaughtered. How many within 72 hours? More than 400 of them were slaughtered, mixed with Christians. Do you understand? I don't know if you can still hear me. So Tinubu have domestic problem. How can Tinubu now tell the US we are fighting terrorism effectively when 1,300 Nigerians were killed in 41 days? How can he tell the United States that he's fighting it? He attended the Agungu festival while people were being killed at that same time. And his wife was there on Fox News begging for US airstrike in the northern part of Nigeria. You could see military bases fall regularly despite the super camps, which I'm going to discuss very soon. You see? So it is difficult for Tinubu. So these 8 sanctions, might seem like a small thing, but my people, it is not. Just 8 people out of millions. Yeah, no. It is the door that has opened. They represent something much bigger that me and you don't know right now, but with time we will know it. With time we will come to understand why the United States of America is mounting this pressure right, left, center. There is no breathing place for them, and there is nowhere for them to run to. So United States is now willing to name names freeze assets, and take concrete actions against individuals connected to Nigerian terrorism and corruption. For decades, the US turned blind eye to Nigeria and its dysfunction because of strategic interest. But our Biafra Republic government lobbyists, combined with Trump's evangelical Christian base demanding action, has shifted this US policy. And they now know the truth. You heard when Smith said last time that they used to send pastors to come and, stage in the US that everything is going on well in Nigeria. How did he know that the reverse was the case? It was through our lobbies. What are you doing as a Biafran to make sure our lobbies continue to do the work? It's for you to fund. It's for you to give us your IOU. If you look at what is happening, my people, the same mechanism that sanctioned these 8 individuals can sanction Nigeria officials who killed our people during protest, who lock up their shop like Soludo, Peter Mba, and all of them. Those Nigerian officials, those deadly politicians and terrorists that detain Aonyendu without trial, it can be used on them as well. All of them that conducted military operations against civilians, it can be used on them, and suppress freedom of expression and assembly. It can be used on them. And definitely to be used on them is just a matter of time. They cannot escape this one. Do you think, why didn't Soludo come out yesterday on Monday and say, I'm going to seal this shop, I'm going to seal that shop? Can't you people see that last week that Tinubu called him to order and say, come, Soludo, you see what is happening, that Kwankwan Soli is now, it's official. He's already sanctioned, dear with the Biafrans. So don't force them to go out, and don't force them to open their shops if they don't want. If not, your name will follow. But whether he accepts it or not, whether he stopped intimidating them or not, his name is already there. Because when we told him, stop, don't pressurize Biafrans, don't intimidate Biafrans, don't threaten Biafrans, he said no. He is the governor of Anambra State. His name is already there. Yes, he cannot miss it. Everything is documented, because the Nigerian government fears international accountability more than it fears domestic protest. So, and if you can make Nigeria officials afraid that their stolen wealth abroad will be frozen, that their children can't study in the West, that they can't even travel internationally, you have found their pressure point. That is the point I'm trying to make here. We have to, work together. Unity is what we need now, nothing more. So I will yield my mic here. I was just, giving just a little review on these 8 names that have been published. I don't want to go in the too deep because we don't have time. So I don't know if anybody is on mic to say 1 or 2 before I go to this Borno State catastrophe, what is really happening, because I want to understand that battlefield, how Borno has turned to be what it is today. Yeah, Afam, you have the mic, please. Okay, I think it's not close by, so I will continue. Let me check the comment section if anybody has dropped any comment. Yeah, my Lafia, thank you so much. Okay, since nobody is there, so I will continue. We saw that what happened in Borno. Yes, just let's say over 1 year, we saw ISWAP launch at least 12 major coordinated attacks on military installation in Borno State. Yeah, not random, well coordinated military operation that shows planning and intelligence and resources. And we saw again in January 6, 2025, how they attacked a Sabom Gari base, and 6 soldiers were killed. The base was bombed and the army vehicles destroyed. And on January 26, another attack happened at a Fotori, and 20 soldiers were killed. Take note of the numbers, and remember that all these soldiers that they killed, they also collected their weapons from them. These ones that they killed, out of one of these 20, a commanding officer was among them. And this attack lasted for 3 hours. And sorry, that was 2025. And March 25, 2025, we saw another base was attacked in Wajiroko, and a brigadier commander was injured. Troops were seen, retreating, an intelligence drone and all that. And then May, it has been consistent and persistent. In May 11, 2025, the 50 Task Force Battalion in New Matter was also overrun. 45 vehicles, ammunition, soldiers were abducted, and military assets were destroyed. Now, 45 military vehicles. I just want us to, take note of the numbers of soldiers that were killed, the weapons that they retrieved from them, and the vehicles, military vehicles. And May 12th, another one happened across Borno. That one, they hit New Matter, Dikwa, and ran 3 good places at the same time. Another one happened May 14, land-based attack. 4 soldiers were killed, 5 were injured. 3 guns, truck stolen. Another one happened in May 16. That was attack on multinational joint task force base in Wolgo near Cameroon border. 4 Nigerian soldiers were also killed, and 1 Cameroonian soldier was killed. 9 terrorists also died in that particular attack. And then that same day, another base was attacked in neighboring Yobe State. And on October 2nd, Kirawa town border was attacked. Military barracks burned, and over 5,000 people were displaced. And September 5th, 2025, Darul Jamal attack. Over 60 people were killed, and most of them were civilians. So if you look at the pattern, these are not random attacks. These are systematic. And here is what should terrify every Nigerian and every Biafran that is living inside Nigeria, believing in Peter Obi to be the next president, believing that Nigeria can be reformed. The attacks are increasing every day, and even more sophisticated than the previous attacks. So what is really inside this camp that is attracting these terrorists? Is the question that everybody should ask. Why do terrorists keep attacking military camps? What is inside that camp? And the answer is both simple and devastating, because if you look at the very first thing now, if you keep food, open food and keep without covering, that smell of food is going to attract flies to come and perch on your food. So something is attracting these terrorists. Please, if you are joining, kindly share the space. God bless you as you join. And if you are free to take up the co-host, please do indicate and I will give it to you. But let's pray the internet behave very well. So you could see that they have weapons, because every successful attack gives them more firepower. I am not the one that said this. Someone had to carry out a research. Conflict Armament Research is a UK-based organization that studies weapon sources for jihadists. He carried out this research, you see. And according to him, he said raids on military bases provide jihadists in the Sahel with at least, listen to the percentage, 20% of their weapons. 20% from his research. So they're using Nigerian military weapons to fight the Nigerian military. And who are those in the Nigerian military? They are Biafrans. Complete Biafrans that have refused to resign from Nigerian military. And then they have used them as sacrificial lamb. Another thing there are the vehicles. You see, in the New Matter attack alone, how many vehicles did they seize? 45 vehicles. So these are not just for transportation, no, mbano. They convert them into gun trucks, technical vehicles with mounted weapons. So they now have, better mobility than many Nigerian military units. You see what is happening? And there is what we also call them, strategic control is also attracting them to these camps. Borno military camp protects internal displaced person. Yes, IDP camps. So they control humanitarian supply route. So when humanitarian a group like NGO now bring aid to them, they go there because they know it is opportunity for them to attack. So they control access to Lake Chad, fishing areas where ISWAP, take these camps, and they don't just get weapons, they get territorial control. They get tax revenue, they get ability to govern as well. That's why they go there. And they also get intelligence as well. Because when they overrun a base, they capture documents, classified documents, they capture it. They capture communications equipment. I'm not surprised. El-Rufai said that they are also, they tap into the government calls and they are disgracing themselves, will come to him. So they capture communication equipment, which is meant for the military. And sometimes even soldiers self, who can be interrogated for information about military movement and strategies. They capture them, put them on their duress, and the military will now give them information. Classified information, and tell them how to operate, tell them who is in charge, tell them this and that, and they now strategize. Psychological warfare is there because every time a military base falls, it will demoralize the Nigerian military. This is where they conquer Nigerian military. This is where they conquer them. And it shows that the government cannot protect even its soldiers, let alone civilians. So they use this as as a psychological warfare on them. My people, a lot has been happening in Nigeria, and the earlier we come together with our funding, the better for us. There was a time that in 2019 that the Nigerian military set up what they call super camps. These people, they know what they are doing. They provide a platform or a very conducive environment for the terrorists to come and kill Christians. So in that 2019, the Nigerian military implemented what they call super camps. And what is this super camps? I don't know if anybody have idea. Can you still hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? I've been talking to myself all this while. Can anybody hear me? Oh my God. Okay, thank you, Minister. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can see the sign. My screen was not really clear. Thank you so much. Yeah. So now they form what is called super camp. It was a strategy for them. And the idea was to shut down smaller, vulnerable bases and, consolidate forces into a larger one, better defended garrison in population center. But it completely failed. It failed because, okay, it failed woefully. Okay, wait, I'll send it to you now. So this super camp strategy failed because, while the military pulled back into this super camp that they decided to form, ISWAP and Boko Haram fill the vacuum in that rural areas. Did you understand that what is happening from the super camp? That was why they failed. So when they now withdrew to form these super camps, Boko Haram or ISWAP or Fulani, they now fill that vacuum in that rural area. So they now control the entire local government areas. And the governor of Borno State publicly warned about this in May 2025, that ISWAP has total control over several local government areas, including Mate. This was the origin. This is what happened from the formation of the super camps by the Nigerian military. So they created a vacuum, and that vacuum now attracted the terrorists to take over those areas. And they now have houses over 300,000 villages. So if you think about that, you see that this terrorist organization has total control from what the Babangida Zulum said, Babangana Zulum said, the governor of Borno State, having total control over areas that contains hundreds of towns and villages. And the Nigerian military response is to hide in the super camps that they themselves get overrun. They are hiding there, they cannot do anything. Meaning that they also create this avenue, they created this avenue, this safe haven, this safe environment for the terrorists to exploit and expand. Because why would they go and form a super camp? Because they are not capable. They lack the basic training and the tactics to be able to engage the terrorists. How can terrorists now go and set all your military camps on fire? They have withdrawn and retrieved all your weapons from you, including the vehicles. So what you are just doing now is to retrieve for your own safety, to see if you can be alive. You can't face them, you can't engage them. They are carrying more sophisticated weapons than the Nigerian military, those that still want to belong to Nigerian military and serve them. So this is where it is even getting truly revealing. How did they get their fund? Because, how? Are you aware that ISWAP end? When I read this thing, I'm like, if ISWAP that are illegal, they are terrorists, can earn $191 million per year from tax alone, what are Biafrans doing? What are Biafra? This is tax, so not kidnapping. Oh, set aside the money from kidnapping. This is tax money. Oh, earned by ISWAP. 191 million US dollars every year from tax alone. That is 10 times more than Borno State Governor annual revenue. What are Biafrans doing? These are terrorists. A terrorist organization earns 10 times more than the state government. How? Now, from Lake Chad fishing taxes, ISWAP controls fishing on Lake Chad. Oh my God. I don't know why we don't want to fund so that we begin to take control of our resources, because this is only one avenue that they are using. Before you can fish in that Lake Chad, you must pay them. Before you can sell your fish, you must pay them. And they charge $2.60 per 100 kilogram of fish. So they have a weighing scale to weigh your fish. So if your fish is weighing 100 kg, you pay 2.60 pounds, dollars, sorry. And during a peak fishing season, they generate 156,000 from entry permit alone. So that time, oh God of mercy, they study the time, they know that it is the peak for fishing season. These are the people that are making fish not to be available, to be scarce in the market, because now there is no regulatory body to control the time that you go to fish. Maybe you're even going to fish when the fish are laying eggs. Exploitation is what we are talking about here. That's what they are doing. There is no regulation to guide the fishermen. Once you just pay them the entry permit, you are allowed to go in and fish in this hot in the peak period. So they have 15,000 registered fishermen in their taxation system. 15,000. So imagine 15,000 fishermen paying them $156,000 from entry permit alone to fish in the peak fishing season. Do you understand what is going on? They also get money from livestock taxes, because herders pay taxes to move cattle through ISWAP control areas. Is it not time we come together and control our territory? Because Biafra land is not as large as this territory that the ISWAP is controlling. Look at the amount of money that they are making every year, year in, year out. For you to graze, you must pay the tax. Farmers also want to pay. If you want to farm in the area that they control, you must pay. They also collect money from protection money. Communities pay so that they will not be attacked. But at the same time, they will still go and attack them, rape them, attack them, kill them, burn them inside their homes. So they have, essentially created a parallel government with a more efficient tax collection system than the Nigerian government. You dare not enter their territory. But that's not all. That is not all. The Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit has also flagged foreign donations are there from OIC, from the D8, they are there. From the narcotic groups, they are there. Extortion revenues, ransom payments. So if you now add that, can you imagine how much they are making in a year? Cryptocurrency transfer is also there because Nigeria now is the world leader. Second largest cryptocurrency trading. Anything that enter market, anything that enter Nigeria, before you know what is happening, they will be number one. Yes, they will be number one. And we could remember very well, Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff, he admitted in the public that over 120,000 Boko Haram members have surrendered, and most of them come with they came with hard currency. How did they get it? How did they get it? How? Chief of Defense Staff, the top military officer in Nigeria, is asking this question publicly after 15 years of fighting Boko Haram and ISWAP. They don't know how they are funded? The answer is no, they know. They don't know where they get their training from. What is Turkey doing? They have signed agreement for Turkey to come and train them. Are they telling me they don't know? Because Musa was asking who supplied them with equipment. Are they not aware that each time they attack military base that they packed equipment? Are they not aware that France is supplying them with equipment? Are they not aware that Turkey is supplying them with equipment? Are they not aware that UK is supplying them with equipment, and China and all of them? Why is Musa always coming out to cry? They know the truth. So the situation is made worse by these regional dynamics. Foreign fighters are flowing into Nigeria from Boso region near the Niger base. They are not just local recruits. These are ideologically committed fighters with better military training than the Nigerian soldiers. So why are they able to come in? The regional cooperation has collapsed. It has collapsed. Niger withdrew from the multinational joint task force in March 2025 after its coup. They withdrew, and Chad has also threatened to leave the alliance. So the border between Nigeria and Niger that was once monitored by joint patrol is now unguarded, porous. Anybody can come in. Islamic State, which we call the ISIS, now appears to be providing increased logistical support to ISWAP. So they are using commercial drones. House of a senator said it made I can't find the video again. He said they are now using drones, that the terrorists are using drones. They are using commercial drones modified for surveillance and attack. They are using motorcycles. How much did they tell Nigerian government to pay them for their lost bike? Was it not in millions before they even start negotiating for the release of the church members that they kidnapped in Kwara State? They named their price and they paid them. So they are using those motorcycles for lightning fast raid that can strike and disappear before reinforcements arrive. You saw that video circulating of bandits openly advertising AK-47 and anti-aircraft weapons for sale. That video is real. It is not AI. It is never AI. Police arrested two bandits, Abubakar Usman and Shehu Muhammadu, in December, who were in a viral video flaunting firearms and displaying large sum of money. But where are they today? Those boys were released back into the population, back into the society to continue to kill people. The rifles that they recovered from them, where are they? They gave them back. They collected 500,000 cash from them. Where is the money? They've swallowed that one. Anti-aircraft weapons, not just rifle, or anti-aircraft weapons that can shoot down Nigerian military helicopter and jets is what the terrorists are using in Nigeria. It is terrible. Few years ago, that same year that they kidnapped Onyendu, the military admitted that bandits had seized an anti-aircraft gun. The Wall Street Journal reported that Nigeria Air Force allegedly paid how much million to buy back their own aircraft. 20 million naira to bandit. What a shame. What a shame, my people. They paid 20 million naira to bandits to buy back, to buy back their anti-aircraft gun. Do you see what is happening? And the Air Force denied it though. But think about what it means if it is true. The Nigerian military was negotiating with bandits. You know they must deny. So the real question still remains, if terrorists are earning $191 million a year from fishing taxes alone, where is that money really going? Where is the money going? And over 120,000 Boko Haram members have surrendered with hard currency, according to Musa. How did they get the funding? How did they get the training? How did they get the equipment? I will yield my mic here before I now enter El Rufai. I've seen some hands here. Yeah, my co-host, please, you have the mic. My co-host, can you hear me? Oh my God. Can anybody hear me? My co-host, Ben, can you hear me? Oh,
yes, we can hear you.
Where are you talking from?
I can hear you. I can hear you, man. I can hear you.
Okay, you have the mic. Then
no, you can continue. I have problem. I have a little discussion with Betty. Thank you.
Okay, no wahala. Hey, Minister 1 million, you have the mic before we go to the next session. Go ahead, 1 million. Welcome. Please share the space, Biafrans. Will not take much time. My minister,
all right. All right. Yeah, thank you. I just got the mic. So and we've all seen Nigeria and their corruption. Are you hearing me? I hope I'm coming. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes. Sorry,
It's okay.
it's
okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. No problem. I understand. No problem. So we've all seen Nigeria and their corruption. You know, it's all over. And this time around, the good thing is that I really appreciate the resoluteness of most especially our leaders that are working. Many of us today, and today I also want to say special thanks to Brigade, Biafra government, because this is the only entity that has exposed Nigerian and their corruption today. If not for the awareness of our leaders like NNAMDI, KANU, who they went to Kenya to kidnap, I don't think that we'll be talking of all these things. Now we'll just be here ranting and raving off as usual, just like what really prompts the kidnapping of our leader, because they know that they have already succeeded in bribing all the media houses, international communities. They have lobbied everywhere up and down. So whenever we are running to those places, it doesn't really make sense. So, but thank God so far for our resoluteness, because all these things were just targeted at us, saying if we'll give up and definitely make most of all these our leaders who has taken it upon their shoulders, making them feel like they are irrelevant, or making them feel like their efforts has is in vain. Just like as they thought that they have succeeded in the past since 1967, like it's not a small sacrifice. Think about it. Is it easy for the cost of our freedom? You lost even just a baby, even if it is a goat that you are training in your house. It doesn't touch you. Sacrifice of our internal leaders, all those things. We heard all this history, at the end of the day today, look at what we are passing through. Just because we are demanding for our rights and freedom, they went to Kenya and kidnapped an innocent man, held him unjustly for good 5 years, using some of us to deceive many of us. Is it not the corruption we are talking about? That is where the corruption can come in. So at least there's a lot of lessons that we should learn. And like I have said, I just want to give the kudos to Brigade, because they thought they have succeeded even when they held our ex-prime minister unjustly in Finland. They thought that would be the end, because they spent a whole huge amount of money, making sure they kidnap our leader, Mazin Nnamdi then, just to get at me and to stop us. No, but they didn't succeed since 2021. But now we're in 2026, even before now, 24. They held this innocent man unjustly and thinking that they are going to destroy the convention and thinking that it was just in Finland, that was where everything ended, not knowing that the innocent, humble man, the so-called finance minister that they thought he was, they never knew that he's a prime minister. If they knew, they wouldn't have wasted their effort. So even when he was in Finland, that was when they would have. You understand what I mean? So I will not waste much of our time. Thank you very much, Auntie Tutos. I will give the mic here.
Minister 1 million. Sesongo, Ekomdo. Sesongo. Yeah, thank you so much. Don't go nowhere. Just hold on. We've not entered the next. This was just an introduction. We have a lot, but we'll manage the time. Prince Joe, are you there? You have the mic before I continue. Please share the
Okay,
space.
thank you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I've just come to give some very important information to dear friends. I hope many people listen and maybe share it to some people, please. This is not something that I just woke up and decided to talk or some procrastination. This is real facts that I've actually gathered past 2 weeks. It's very important. It's around the seat at home. Please, those Biafrans who, if you have been tempted to stop supporting the sit at home, I want you to listen carefully to what I'm going to say now. Nigeria, all of you have enumerated everything they have done from trying to destroy the finance to arresting our leaders and everything. I want you people to know, I have privy to actual information. They have been having a lot of panic discussions with the real owners of Nigeria. We call them Momo Eliza. The last discussion was, I think it was 6 days ago. Their priority now is no longer to go and kidnap any leader. They are convinced now, the advice they have been given is that the only choke point they have now, they sit at home. Let me tell you the 2 reasons they were given. They were told if they can stop the sit at home, they will gain momentum and destroy everything else. The second reason was that they were told, they were advised, they assured the other side, the owners, that they have compromised former commanders of ESN and some compromised BLA members who they have put on standby. If they can crush the seat at home, they'll these people to Sokoto to go and convince MNK that these people will say they have surrendered, and they will tell him that Biafrans have moved on. Sit at home is no longer there. Nothing anymore. If you're here, you're wasting your time. This is a direct advice they were given. They were given to do whatever it takes to crush the sit at home before the Americans get to a point where they can do what they really want to do in Nigeria. If we give up the sit at home, if you give up the sit at home, everything is finished. I am telling you now, this is not me dreaming or seeing vision. No, this is actual information. This is actual. I won't tell you how I got it because God placed me in a position where I'm privy to some things. I don't come to space to talk all the time. This is my second time of speaking on space. I come to listen sometimes. I move on with my job. I'm not, I pay my money. I go to donate my money every time. I was one of the 1,000 men until it got compromised. I'm not a part of any WhatsApp group because of the nature of my work. But what I'm telling you guys here is the truth. Another thing I want to say is if you have not been supporting Biafra through your funding, please keep up the funding. the reason most of our defense people are derailing or compromising is because for any person who's carrying arms, a motivation he has is that he has enough to defend himself. It's where he defends himself, that's where he can defend the nation. If he's sitting there and is being attacked every day, and he has nothing to defend his own life, he may not want to take bribe to compromise. He will want to run for his life. And when he starts running, he becomes vulnerable. He gets captured. He starts compromising. We should start taking our donations very seriously, no matter how little it is. We need to support. The PM now cannot fund everything himself. He can't. It's not possible. And it will not be long if we can increase the support for our defense and make sure the sit-at-home becomes louder. It will not be long. It will help the Americans to do what they have come to do. What they have come to do in Nigeria is for us and the other Christians in Nigeria. But I am telling you the truth. They have people lined up. They feel that the sit-at-home is the choke point they have. Everything they have done, they think everything is not working because no matter what they go and tell MNK, he has a way of finding out that people are still sitting at home in support of him. And they feel that is the biggest motivation why they cannot break him. Any day you decide you don't want to support the sit-at-home, know that you are not only deciding to break MNK, you're also deciding to bury your. That's all I come to say. Thank you for all your effort, especially those of you who spend a lot of time on space. I know how I've been panicking because I've been waiting for a while to talk so I can go back to my work. All of you have jobs, but you spend the whole day here. And those listening, I thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prince Joe, for your advice and encouragement to Biafrans. They have heard that, and I believe that they know exactly what they're supposed to do. Every day we say the same thing. This is not the time to play. This is not the time to panic. This is not the time to attach emotions in what you are doing if you want our Onyendu to be released. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. God bless you. And thank you for your donations as well. Yeah, Biafrans, today, our minister, Nikolova, has given his space donation of 10 Ejema, and he has sent his receipt to me, which I'll forward to our information minister. Please, we want to start to collect our space donation. When we talk like this, our BDF need to drink water in the person of me. Guinea. So let us start our space donation. Biko. Whatever you have, please make the transfer and send the receipt to my comment section or my inbox, or you send to our information minister, right there, space donation. Or better still, to make it more, in a collective way, you can send it to me and I'll forward to our information minister and give him the total. Whichever one is convenient for you, please do that, please. If you are sending to me, right there it is space donation. If you are sending to information minister, right there it is for your space donation. I've already informed him that people will be sending the receipt to him as well. Thank you so very much, our brothers and sisters that are listening. Welcome, Minister Mama Betty. We've seen you in the house, and all Biafrans that have joined. Thank you so very much. Now, let's go to this air proper, and then we continue. Please share this space as you are joining. We all know who El Rufai is. I know the politics that they are playing, but I want us to learn one or two things from them. It's none of our business, but then we need to understand the environment that we are and know that there is no hope for us in Nigeria. Nigeria has been divided into three. The Northerners now have grouped themselves. Forget about this drama that they're doing on the social media. The Yorubas have grouped themselves to support Tinubu. We Biafrans, where are we? Is the question that we are supposed to answer. Where are we? We are busy fighting ourselves, looking for who will be the leader, who is not supposed to be the leader, who is speaking good English, who is good at is it linguistic they call it, who is good in this, who is good in that, who is not supposed to be this. Meanwhile, the Northerners have come together. Tinubu have seen that he cannot win in the Northern states. This is the reason why Tinubu handed over our Onyendu to the Northern elites freely, thinking he can please them. Have you asked yourself, why is it that ever since Onyendu went to Sokoto, Sultan of Sokoto no Northerner have made a comment? When I say not, I'm talking of the elite. They have not made any comment because they know who Jagaban is. They have accepted, the gift, but their mind is no more with Tinubu. And then what did he do again? He now had to come to the southern part, since he has failed in the north. He has now come to the southern part to use, unquote, the Biafran billionaires like Obi Kubana and all of them. Because the northerners is not sure. He has come to the southern part now to make sure that all the southern state governors, transit to APC, including the governor of Old Akwa Ibom, Sedo Moino. He's now APC. All of them have joined APC. Obi Kubana joined because he has a skeleton in his cupboard. I'm trying to connect why they are after El Rufai now, because El Rufai has skeleton in his cupboard, and at the same time, El Rufai knows their secret. So they are pressurizing him, intimidating him not to spill the beans, but it is too late. But at the same time, we understand that this is a distraction, so that we will not talk about the genocide that is going on in Nigeria. We have to talk about it, because as they are playing their politics, people are dying. Terrorists are using this advantage to kill people the more. So we cannot forget about the genocide. We carry it parallel. You see? They know what they are doing. So all the southern governors are now with Tinubu. You could see that this is the reason the wife had to say, give them more strike in the northern states. Because they have failed in the northern states. Now, let's now connect this aero fighting so that and then we see how we can, make sense out of it. We already know who he is. He's the former governor of Kaduna State. This man said a lot of things against our Onyendu that time, a lot of things against Biafra. Because of time, I will not be able to play it. As I said, this is a midweek space. I will not spend a lot of time. It's not Friday like Rage and Fury. We say, I know why you are staying long, because today is Friday. Today is Tuesday. So I'm going to try and make it very, very brief. So, and he was the man that campaigned heavily for Tinubu in 2023. Swore that Tinubu must be in government, in power, even go for 10-10. And he was supposed to be a minister, but I don't know what happened mysteriously. He was dropped during the Senate screening, So, well, that man now has become Tinubu's worst nightmare. They are into serious battle, but we know that the battle is just staged to distract us from what is happening on the ground, which is the killing of Christians. So this is what is happening as of today, or even yesterday, even today, they are still playing the script. We saw yesterday morning, I believe, that Bayo Anonuga, which is the special advisor on information to Tinubu, remember, this is also a Yoruba man, the right-hand man to Tinubu. My people, do you know that to show you that there is a serious rift between Tinubu and the Northeast? Remember when the Sharia, is it Council of Sharia, whatever they call themselves, came out and said Tinubu must sack the current INEC chairman, if not, they will never accept any election results. Do you people remember? Until today, Tinubu has refused, because if he should sack the man, that means he will lose his election. He has refused to do that. So he came out, this advisor came out, and then he said that El-Rufai has two clear intentions. And I was listening to hear the two intentions that he said El-Rufai has. He said that the first intention is to create political tension in Nigeria, create an atmosphere of fear and unrest, and then damage the government through deliberate misinformation. And he said the second intention is to divert attention from his domestic problems from his domestic problems in Kaduna State, where he is facing massive corruption allegations. Oh, ever since he wasn't the governor of Kaduna State, you did not remember that he had a corruption case. All of a sudden, you now remember that El-Rufai has corruption case to answer. Now, you see, he was the governor for 8 years, 2015 to 2023. And right now, the Kaduna House of Assembly, all the 28 members unanimously have endorsed a petition to ICPC, Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, and the EFCC to investigate El-Rufai for 432 billion Nigerian money, useless money, for the that is under corruption. Remember, our topic says Nigerian endgame, corruption. Hey, we are still under corruption. We've not entered thallium yet. So we've touched terrorism. Okay, we are coming one by one. You see? So let me put that in perspective so that we really understand what is happening. That is more than the annual, this 432 billion naira is more than the annual budget of some entire state in Nigeria. That's the kind of money that could transform an entire region, but somebody embezzled it. That money would have been used to build roads, even schools, hospitals. And they're saying El-Rufai cannot account for it. So Tinubu's strategy is very, very simple. Oh, you want to attack me? Okay, we will investigate you for your corruption. You want to accuse us of importing poison? Okay, we'll say you are just trying to distract, from your own problems. If you go back to the news, there is one man called Temitope Ajayi, who is another presidential spokesman. He said that El-Rufai is acting like a drowning man holding on to a straw. A drowning man holding on to a straw, trying to stay afloat politically. Even Shehu Sani, that one that talks, with both sides of his mouth. Also remember El-Rufai. I said, he's also a former senator from Kaduna State. He came out yesterday and also demanding EFCC to probe El-Rufai for the entire 8 years tenure. He said that his administration was characterized by hardship, insecurity, demolitions, and alleged human rights. This Shehu Sani had been expecting appointment from Tinubu. The last appointment, his name was not there, and he got angry. So now he's also supporting Tinubu, having hope that when Tinubu runs for second term, Tinubu will consider him. So he's beginning to align himself by fighting against El-Rufai. He said, you cannot promote, he's not telling El-Rufai that you cannot promote a candidate as the best option. That was what he did in 2023. And later turn around to criticize the same administration. That is a direct shoot at El-Rufai for campaigning for Tinubu in 2023. And now he's attacking him in 2026. Anyway, we all understand that this is the lifestyle of Nigerian politicians. But there is something I want us to understand, that this is not just about corruption allegation. Because we have to be very honest, in Nigeria, everybody is corrupt from head to toe. So the question is never, are you corrupt? But that is not the question. The question is, whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? That is the question. Everybody is corrupt. So when you are on Tinubu's side, your corruption is overlooked like Godswill Akpabio. Godswill Akpabio cannot account for trillions of money in old Akwa Ibom State. So for them to cage him, he had to be forced to join APC. All of them are inside cage. They are the ones that will bring this corruption to you. You accept it, and then they use that to nail you and give you condition. Come, you must join APC. That's what is playing out. You could see Osun State Governor, Osun State, saying that they have withheld its allocation, its state allocation, because he refused to join APC. The same thing with Obu Kubana, all of them. Have you heard of Hobuzodinma again? No. Hobuzodinma is no more trending. They snatched the position from him and gave it to a Fulani man. He's no more active in the government. All of them have been used and dumped. And so these new ones now, they are beginning to dig into their files. So by fire, by force, you must join. Have you not seen a House of Representative member? Which state is that, safe? I think it's Kwara State. That said his mandate is to make sure he hand over Kwara in bulk, Kwara's vote to Tinubu in Asurok. So he doesn't care about how many people have been slaughtered in Kwara State. What he is after is the only mandate he has is to hand over Kwara State, make sure Kwara State hand over APC vote in block and give to Tinubu. That's his problem. That's his mandate. And that is why he surrendered Kwara State to Tinubu in exchange. Fulani said, okay, if you want to win second term, allow us to slaughter them. And he agreed and called the governor and said, this is what you have to do. Allow Fulani to slaughter them. And he agreed. Because I want to be in the power in 2027. So it's a matter of whose side are you. When you are against Tinubu, suddenly EFCT will remember you. So what changed now? Why did El-Rufai go from Tinubu's campaign warrior to his enemy? The answer is 2027. A very clear answer. Because he wants Tinubu to be out. He publicly said Tinubu will finish third in 2027 election. Not second, no, third. That he won't even make it to the runoff. And you see, this man is not just talking, he's organizing. He has been meeting with other opposition figures. Yes. And all of a sudden, they now form what is called KANU, the Northern political game that we need to understand so that we know that everyone, if you may ask, what has this got to do with Biafra? It has a lot to do with Biafra. I want us to understand that the Northerners have come together. The Yorubas have come together. While we are being scattered with envy and jealousy, fighting each other, and they are killing our people. You saw the video that came out recently. It is trending in social media, where you see Kwankwaso and other Northern politicians together. And they've been talking about what they call KANU in Northern politics. You see? I don't know. Is there any of you that knows the meaning of KANU here? I need someone to help me here before I continue. KANU. Please, if you know, give a thumbs up. KANU. No idea?
What's the spelling of that Hanya? Maybe you did not pronounce. Is it Hanya?
YAR.
Hanyar Kano.
Yeah,
The road of Kano, the Kano road.
exactly. Exactly. That's what it means in English. Kanu way. Or as my brother said, Kanu's path, the road of Kanu, all that. But in Northern Nigerian politics, it is a philosophy for them. It is a strategy, a way of thinking that only Northerners truly understand in its full depth. So when they say this, it's about Northern unity above all. Above all, their unity comes first. No matter what disagreement Northerners have among themselves, when it comes to protecting Northern power and interest, they unite. Northerners don't panic. They have strategic patience in whatever they are doing. They don't panic, they wait, they plan, and they're not reactive. They are strategic in everything that they're doing. I don't know if I'm wrong. When you pick up the mic, you can tell me otherwise, if you have not observed that. And then you compare that to what is happening in Biafra land. They have the power, and they're working together to make sure that power must return to the north. So there is a deep belief that political power in Nigeria belongs to them because of the Usman Danfodio template that was given to them. They don't want to let it go. And the aim of it is Sharia and Islamization. Anything about Southern presidency is temporal, like when Goodluck came to power. They did not allow him to contest because good luck will not propagate Islam for them. Good luck will not propagate Sharia. So they need a Northerner who is a Muslim. And also, they were, craving for Muslim. And then they got it. Finally, they got it. Do you think it can change? The answer is no. And they never show your hand. In nothing politics, you smile with your enemy. You eat with them. You even campaign for them while they are planning your downfall. So El-Rufai dig deep inside this government before he started showing his true color. So if you now see El-Rufai and Kwankwaso, they met in June 2024. And we were like, what is going on? He visited Kwankwaso at his residence. On the surface, it looked like a friendly visit, but insiders knew that this was about 2027. He also visited that Mask Buhari. You see? He visited him as well to get his blessing that time for whatever is going to come in 2027. And he visited the national chairman, SDP, in March 2025. Then he officially resigned from APC in June 2025 and joined SDP. And now El-Rufai has aligned with ADC, African Democratic Congress, joining forces with Peter Obi. Another problem that we have. And also with Atiku and this Kwankwaso. Do you see what is happening? So the three main opposition candidates from 2023 are coming together. The only black sheep there who doesn't even know his left from his right is Peter Obi. And he feels they love him. He's a Biafran. Kwankwaso and Atiku, they are from the northern state. They are not a Muslim. They understand what they are doing. But Peter Obi is just there to smile, talk about GDP, talk about how the country is hard. When he comes, it will turn to ice water and all that. They have all come together. So El-Rufai, despite being APC, despite campaigning for Tinubu, is not the architect of bringing them together. This is Haina in KANU. The Haina KANU that they are talking about, I can't pronounce it more than that. They smiled with Tinubu. They campaigned for him. El-Rufai even endorsed him publicly. But behind the scene, what was happening? The plan was always use the South to take power from Buhari, then take it back from the South in 2027. That's what they are doing. So Tinubu didn't play that game right. That is why they are turning their back against Tinubu. And one of it is that he has refused to kill Onyendu. But instead of killing Onyendu, he said, okay, take Onyendu, let me send him to Sokoto. So he did it to please the Northerners. Look, I'm putting this Igbo separatist leader in your territory. 700 kilometers from his lawyers. I'm showing you I am on your side. But they took the gift and stayed silent. They didn't say a word. They didn't even tell him thank you. They did not. If you have seen any place, a Northerner appreciated Tinubu for sending Onyendu to Sokoto, please let us know. Maybe it's an oversight. I did not see it. Because in Hanya KANU, you don't thank someone for doing what they should do. You just expect it. So, and if they are trying, they are giving you gifts to buy your loyalty, it means that they are weak. 3 days ago, what happened? This same El-Rufai came out defending Kwankwaso against US sanction trade. The US Congress is considering a bill to sanction Kwankwaso. So he came out and defended him. Why are they targeting only Kwankwaso was what he said. That 12 northern states implemented Sharia. Why didn't they start from? Why Kwankwaso? Is it the $9 billion lobby that led to the listing of Kwankwaso because he refused to move to APC? He knows what is happening. He knows. So he's accusing Tinubu's government of spending billions of dollars to lobby the US to sanction Kwankwaso because he refused to join APC. Whether it is exactly this amount or not, El-Rufai is saying this man is using the US government against northern politicians who won't support him. And the wife came out outrightly and said, more airstrike. We need more airstrike in the northern states. Where did the money come from? Where did it come from? Security budget, or is it all reserve money? IRFI is still asking. And while Tinubu was at the Agungu Fishing Festival celebrating, 1,300 Nigerians were killed in 41 days. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about you. So why don't we come together? Why don't we come together? Tinubu has given up on winning the North through governance. He's going to try to bomb his way to 2027 re-election. That is why they're abandoning him. That is why KANU is kicking in seriously, because northern politicians might fight among themselves, but when a southern president starts bombing northern territories and calling it a blessing, which Tinubu's wife called a blessing, they unite. Because the first airstrike had been carried out on their soil until date, except that I read in the news that Sultan said they should observe the moon for their Ramadan to start. He has not spoken a word since December 25th, 2025. So this is a war, political war. And El-Rufai just accused Tinubu of importing poison. I don't know if I should go to this thallium before I continue, or yeah, let me yield the mic before I go to this poison thing. Minister Snow, okay, maybe he's not ready to speak now. Minister Snow, are you ready to speak now? I should give to 1 million. Okay, it's not close to his mic. My minister, 1 million, go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much, my host, once again. Please, Biafras, as we are listening, let us try as much as possible to share the space so that other people will get notification as well for within this short period that we have to spend here. So, Antithetos, I just want you to look at this from this perspective, because you see, these people, we know that they will never stop with this act of Takia, as we all know. Like in this era we are now, when everything is so much intensive and there is so much panic from east, west, north, and south of the zoo. So, and most especially these untouchable criminals that has succeeded in plotting their evils one way or the other for so long, thinking that a day like this would never arise or will never come. I want to just bring back our memories to start thinking it this way, because they have all seen that their evils are already being exposed. And we, especially the Biafran people, most especially kudos to the Brigade, Biafran government in Ezra, who is has taken it upon themselves as a tax, as a government, fighting for the freedom of their people. And at the same time exposing the contraction, because without exposing this contraction, there's no way we'll be able to get our freedom. So that is the only way we can express, the acts of these heinous crimes that the so-called Janjaweed and the allies, or the so-called terrorist state, has been, projecting against Christians, and most especially the Biafran people, just because they were asking for their freedom. So I want us to start seeing it from this perspective. Like, you see, this issue we are talking about now, they are now raising issue like, probing each other, trying to demand accounts of this and that. Like this very recent one, they were talking about importing poison from Poland. I want to ask, when such incident happened, I didn't know, but I want to know, did anybody hear that in the news? Is there anywhere something like that, any evidence about that? Because now the criminal has also come out to say that they should come and explain. So, I don't want us to start seeing them as if maybe what they are doing is somehow relevant, because me, I'm even starting to see it in the other way as a distraction, because they are not yet serious. Because if they are, definitely we have over more than 99% of evidence that, even one of that, would be enough. Well, they will know that the areas, they are really serious of what they are doing. So I just want us to see it from that perspective, and somehow, it's good to criticize them, for their, and I mean, expose them for what they are doing. But in the other way around, in all these things that they are just trying to distract, maybe somehow distract what we are doing, trying to project themselves as if maybe they have been holding themselves accountable, or they are doing the so. But all these things doesn't have any base. But if they really want to come up with something, let them come up with something with facts and evidence that is being known, because there's a lot. Even when the other one was having meeting, sitting together, with this so-called Boko Haram, all those are evidences. The other one, those that were negotiating with Boko Haram, the terrorists, broad daylight, including the all those. So these are the things that they should be asking. So, but anyway, I'm not going to talk more. Let me just hold it here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Minister 1 million, for your contribution. Yes, so another person has sent his receipt. Thank you so much. 5,000 AJ, Guinea. Please, Biafra, send your space donation receipt. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, there is a poison in town. Oh, Minister Betty, okay. Let me give you before I continue. Welcome. Yeah, Minister Betty, can you hear me?
Yes.
Welcome. You have the mic before I go to the next one. No. Amazing.
Ndewo, my beautiful sister. I love you like no other. You are very,
I love
very
you too.
stable, very consistent, very loving, and very truthful about what you do for Biafrans.
Guinea, the Bible says, where do I go? You have the message of eternal life. Where do I go? Briggy has the answer. Welcome, man. We are learning from you. Welcome. Continue.
Ndewo. Hello, Biafrans, lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you, my people, the wonderful people that God has made, and we are happy and glad in his creation. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama at all times for making me a Biafran and for giving me wonderful people like you all. You are great guys, great men and women. I'm proud of you people. Well done, well done. And I thank God for our leaders. That they are in prison does not mean we don't love them. We love them so much. Very handsome, very intelligent, very powerful men that other people are praying to have. They are all ours and we must support them, whether they are here or not. Now, I started listening from when one of our brothers, I think he has exited, was talking about sit at home, telling us that it is a very powerful tool and very powerful weapon that we should not give up. I don't know if I should say it in Igbo, but maybe tomorrow I can use this tutors space program and do my own so that I will talk to my people in my language. Biafrans, do not stop sit at home. As our sister and many other ministers here have been telling you all, sit at home is our own tool. The Fulanis have united together. There is nothing like the Hausas because Fulani have kept them in a cooler for so many years. And the Yorubas have long regrouped behind their own brothers. Let me tell you why I say that sit at home is a very powerful tool. Because ndị Igbo tụrụ inu si ibulu ogbenye ị ga-abụkwa amosu. At the same time, what it means is Will you be a witch and a poor man all at the same time? Every bad thing, only you. No, you have to be one. You cannot be ignoring our funding and you will ignore what we are telling you about sit at home. You are not an Hausa person in the Southeast. You are not a Yoruba man in the Southeast. What do you gain? What do you have? What do you want? This sit at home is a very powerful tool. I saw Tinubu the other day talking about sit at home, that is doing this, doing that. Has Tinubu ever come to say sorry or pay any condolence visit because of the people they are killing in the Southeast? No. Even when it comes for him to go to America, he sent his wife. So, Biafrans, this sit at home, you should not stop sitting at home. One thing it does is that is a referendum on its own. It shows anybody from any part of the world that you people no longer want Nigeria, that you are just there because we have not been recognized officially. It is a referendum. Number two is that you people are protesting for your leader, NNAMDI KANU, being held and taken to Sokoto. Because NNAMDI KANU is an international man. UN came into his matter and said that they should release him, but they did not. And Nigeria government is a party to the UN treaty, and they must comply with it, but they did not. So when they are holding your leader, they are daring you. They are telling you, what can you do? There is this charter in a law in UN charter that is called Mandela Law. That Mandela Law says that if you are being tried, any member state or any member country trying a fugitive, somebody they call fugitive, just the way they went to Kenya and abducted Onyendu, that the court that will try you must be within your locality. If it happens that you are jailed, just like they jailed Onyendu, that the prison must be close to your own locality. The Nigerian government did not do that. They handed Onyendu over like a piece of wood to Sokoto people, so that he will be at the heart of the terror. Have you people seen Sokoto? It's like where all the terrorists in the whole world lives. You have to wonder, why did they go and bomb there? Sokoto is terrorist hub. HUB, hub. Where terrorists, their first port of call is Sokoto, before they will be distributed where they will go and attack people. So they are holding your leader. And you will ask yourself, why now? Why is it now that they are coming to tell you that Onyendu say you should stop sitting at home? Does Onyendu know what is going on? They must have sent somebody, either one of his lawyers or one of the corrupt criminals that goes to visit him. Onyendu does not know what is happening, just like our PM. Every day they will be telling you, hey, okay, carry this, okay, carry that, okay, carry this, okay, carry that. Have they told our first PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa, what is going on? They won't tell him. Because in our charter section 2, subsection 13, it provides for an election of a new prime minister. Do you think that Mazi Simon Ekpa will repeal that section of our charter? And the answer is no. We are following the charter. We are doing the right thing for ourselves. We are still in a foreign country in exile, governing ourselves. We are not home yet. So why would our charter suddenly not apply? That is one. And the other one is, Tinubu now recruited Igbo rich boys called city boys. He recruited them because he knew that Obi won him or defeated him in the election the first time. I am not Obi's fan. I have told you people what Obi did to me because I know Obi. Then I'm not his fan. But he knew that the way to get all the election or people to vote for him in the Southeast is to go and use his son, what's his name, to recruit those city boys, bribe them, give them millions, because that is not a job for free, so that he will combat the ADC, African Democratic Congress, whatever their party is called. So Biafrans, now Yorubas are fighting, and you will ask, why is it that the Fulani who supported Tinubu, even when Tinubu was winning on himself, everybody thought he would die the next minute. They supported him. Why have they now left him? Why have they left him? They left him because he allowed Americans to come and bomb their terrorist brothers. And they are not happy. Because Sultan of Sokoto once said that anybody fighting Boko Haram is fighting Allah. But he is there enjoying the blood of innocent citizens that are being killed in Nigeria and all over the region. So, Biafrans, the issue of sit at home and this issue of recruiting Biafrans to support Tinubu, a government that kills his own citizens, what makes you think that if you support Tinubu, that you, an Igbo man, will live in peace? Tinubu has his people. El-Rufai has his own people. You could see what happened the day he was traveling at the airport, and the day he went to EFCC to submit himself, nothing happened to him. But Onyendu, that did not do anything, is in prison. So, can you now tell me that freedom fight has turned to be terrorism? And the terrorists will be favored? Because all these El-Rufai, Kwankwaso, all of them are the ones sponsoring terrorism. Sheikh Kashim Shetima, all of them, as you know them, they are the ones sponsoring this terrorism, and they are not giving up. So are we just relaxing because we want to go back to Nigeria? Or are we relaxing because we are getting ready to fight on? So everybody should donate. Everybody should come together. Sabotaging your brother will not exonerate you from the hands of the terrorists. Tinubu released Sunday Igboho that 2 soldiers were slaughtered in his house. Did any soldier die in the hands of Onyendu NNAMDI KANU? No. But Sunday Igboho is now a free man. So where is your brother, Onyendu? Even if Onyendu stands at the gate of prison, Sokoto, and shouts it, you people should not stop. You people should not stop. What of our brothers and sisters that were killed? They are making Onyendu to say anything now because Onyendu is under their net. I won't be long, and I thank you for giving me this audience so far. This sit at home must never, never stop. They sent Charles Soludo to try it, and if Charles Soludo had succeeded, other states will follow suit. Charles Soludo should go to Umuahia and see what Oti is doing for his people. Let him go and rebuild the market first, so that the people, the bacteria will not kill them during rainy season. So, Biafrans, let us wisen up. On Saturdays during the fundraising, you will not see anybody. You will not see anybody. What are you people doing? Go and see Fulani. They will always regroup, because what the terrorists do, they will fight you. You leave your land. They will go and bring their people, settle there. They will start. Why they marry too many wives is to have too many children. Before you know it, their population will outweigh your own population. And during election, they will vote you out. You, the indigenous person. So think about it. You need to come and donate, fund your liberation army, fund your recognition. Thank you, my people. Thank you, tutors, my darling sister. I love you.
I love you too, Mama, Minister Betty. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not sure I will continue with this pace. So maybe in the next, let me add extra 45 minutes, then I'll bring it down. That will be 9 p.m. here. Yeah, and I don't know. We may not finish today, but I'm not sure I can repeat it. Anyway, I stop, we will stop there.
Ndewo, dalu jisike.
Oh, Jessica, oh, hey,
Don't give up. Don't give up.
ah. Jessica, oh, hey, Mama. Yeah, thank you so much, Biafrans. We are Biafrans, we can never give up. Not be today, nah. Count from 2021 till date. No give it, go where? Where will I go to? I'm too old for that, because I'm too old for that. All of us here, we have seen a lot. If our eyes have seen all those sabotage, all those tumult for how many years, and then you still come at this minute and say this, that, no. You were not even in for Biafra in the first place. No matter what, we have to stand strong and then stand for our leaders and stand for our freedom. Our freedom is in our hands. Sit at home continues. You could see what I said before. The Northerners are grouping themselves together. The Yorubas, they are grouping themselves together. Tinubu has sacked all the Fulanis that were close to him. He has pushed them away. He has surrounded himself with the Yorubas. Look at the first fishing festival he attended. Look at the crowd of Yoruba people surrounding him. See what he's doing. Where are we as Biafrans? It is time we come together. Yeah, King David, you have the mic. Please, let's make it a snappy, I don't know. Yeah, you have the mic, King David.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you. Anybody hear me?
Okay, I really appreciate you, our sister tutors, the tutorial mistress, always consistent. Thank you for bringing us together. I want to salute everyone that is here, but let me first of all shout out to our COS, the most articulate Minister Snow, and every other minister that is here on this space. I appreciate every one of you, our listeners, both those in anonymous section. We welcome you to this very space. You know, in our spaces, you will get all the necessary information that you need. Very, very authenticated, authentic, verifiable information. That is why whenever you come to our space, you see that there are a lot of people, not spaces that you go, you see 1, 2, 3 people talking from morning till night. Please, I want to stand on the already established protocol to appreciate every one of you that is here. I want to do something that is, different. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Biafrans who trooped out en masse on Sunday. Sunday was a very wonderful day. That was the first ever Olu State Town Hall meeting. And a lot of you that were there, I want to appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for making our town hall meeting a very memorable one at that. Indeed, I really appreciate every one of you. And I appreciate our government and our Prime Minister, Ogechukwu NKERE, for visiting Olu and telling us what, what Biafrans need to know about our freedom. And I want to use this opportunity to appeal to any one of you that is here that is from Olu, or you don't know that you are from Olu, I want you to listen. If you are from Uguta County, when you talk about county, it's community. If you are from Uguta County, you are from Agua County, you are from Oru West County, you are from Oru East County, you are from Osun, Acharaba, you are from Omona, you are from Njaba, you are from Isu, you are from Akokwa, you are from Mbanasa, you are from Nwaobosi, you are from Isieke, you are from NKERE, you are from Wangene. I want you to know that you are from Olu State, in the old Imo State. Very, very important. You have to be part of what we are doing. As a matter of fact, the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing exceptionally well, as you all can attest to that. Even BNL is now coming back because they were deceived. You all can attest to that. So in BRGIE government, a lot is happening. Our Prime Minister is doing wonderfully well in Washington, D.C. Our lobbyists and our attorneys are doing the needful. Exactly what our leader, NNAMDI KANU, said. And when the time comes, we are going, you people will tell us to form a government. We now have a government. Exactly what our Prime Minister said, that this government is going to protect the interests of the Biafran people. And that is what BRGIE is doing under the leadership of Ogechukwu NKERE. So if you are from all these communities, all these counties that I just mentioned, I want you to know that you are from Olu State. You need to come on board and support what is being done for the freedom of your people, for the freedom of our land. Very, very important. Don't stand on the fence. That fence may fall and fall on top of you. As a matter of fact, a time will come when those of you standing on the fence need to come down and say, oh, where can I belong? Or where can I donate my money? Or where can I support? And that your money will be useless. This is the time we are calling on you right now to come on board. America is listening. There is Biafra on the table. Biafra is being discussed on a daily basis. And while Biafra is being discussed, Nigeria is being destroyed, like our leader NNAMDI KANU said. You see what is happening in Nigeria today. A lot of corruption here and there. They are using this opportunity that they know that America is taking hard knock on Nigeria. America is really trying to do the needful. So what are the politicians in Nigeria doing? They are embezzling the resources, the money that is meant for the development. They are trying to carry as much money that they can carry, so that eventually when the needful is done, they will be living large. They will be living with their families, with their cronies, without having to suffer for anything. And you can even see how they are now grooming their children to take over. Why they are leaving you to continue to suffer, to continue to come and shout Dobala for them. You see how Omahi, you see how Mwike, all of them are grooming their children to take over from them. And you don't know what is actually happening. So we are telling you that Nigeria must be disintegrated for people to live a life which will be more profitable to them. And for that Nigeria to be destroyed, Biafran Republic government in exile have to stand like it's standing right now and doing the needful. The lobbying effort in Washington, D.C. is paying off. Whatever you see happening in Nigeria against Nigeria today is the good works, the diplomatic effort, the underground work that BRGIE, our Prime Minister, our lobbyists and our attorney have done in Washington, D.C. That is what you see playing out today. Nobody can now come and claim the glory. We are not going to leave our glory for anybody to take. And we are not telling you to believe. We want you to go to our website and see things for yourself. We want you to even search on social media. You are going to be convinced that we are not here for propaganda. We are telling you the truth. So for all of you that are still hiding somewhere, thinking that, oh, all those accountability nonsense and the psychiatric children of Ngozi, that they are doing what they need to do for Biafra to come, I want you to know that you are being deceived. Just like they deceived BLL. You have been deceived. You have been paying money to a terrorist supporter that is in America under the guise of fighting for Biafra. You are supporting people who are encouraging Islamization agenda in Biafran territory without knowing it. Even when you know it, do you know that there's some governors that say they were under the psychiatric woman? Most of them have been incarcerated. Most of them have been killed because they released their information on social media, just like their madam told them to do so. But under Biafran Republic government in exile, your information is protected, your information is secure by the government and by the distinguished ladies and gentlemen that work with Biafran Republic government in exile. So what are you waiting for? The time to join the winning side is now. And Nigeria must be destroyed for us to be free as a people. Having said that, you know, just like the topic said, the Nigerian endgame is corruption. The titanium terrorism case for Biafra freedom. Yes, everyone have seen what is coming out from Nigeria, El-Rufai, and all of them. You can see how these people have been buying people because of their stand against Islamization. Maya Lafia, you can now remember what happened to Maya Lafia. Maya Lafia was just killed. He was just destroyed because of standing against terrorism. So now that El-Rufai is talking about the poisonous substance that New Rubadu bought, you now reflect your back on those who have died mysteriously, for you to know that Nigeria want to destroy every person that want to stand against their Islamization agenda. And while they are taking money, stocking money for their future use, they are as well taking out those who are standing against their road to Islamization. So any one of you that is still supporting one Nigeria will happen to you one day. One Nigeria is going to happen to you, just like it happened to most of them who are now speaking out. And we thank every one of them who are now speaking out against the Nigerian government atrocious activities against the indigenous people. So what is happening in Nigeria is a proof that Biafra is eminent. It's a proof that we, the Biafran people, have always been right. It's a proof and vindication of our leader, NNAMDI KANU, who from time immemorial have told the Nigerian people, have told the world, have told the Biafran people what Nigeria portends for indigenous people. Corruption, death, annihilation, Islamization. That is what Nigeria portends for anybody that says he's a proud Nigerian. And we cannot be part of that evil contraption. So my wonderful Biafran brothers and sisters, the time to support your freedom is now. If you don't know where to belong, if you don't know where you should stand, I want you to know that the only place that is making things happen, the only place that America knows that is fighting for the freedom of the Biafran people is here, the Biafra Republic government in exile. And if you don't know where you stand on the 40 states of Biafra land, if you don't know your county, you don't know your district, you don't know your wards, you can contact anybody on this platform that is under the Biafran Republic government in exile, and we are going to put you through so that you come and support the freedom of your people. Time is running out because very soon, just like we are calling for unification For those of you that are falling apart, this is the opportunity for you to come back. Nobody is going to victimize you for anything. But then you have to come back and do the right thing, because time waits for nobody. Come and support your freedom. Come and support the liberation of your land. This is the only legacy that you can leave for your children, even yet unborn. Very, very important. Thank you so much, tutors, for giving me this opportunity, as I'll be yielding my mind from here. And there one.
King David, thank you so much for that submission. And I know that Biafrans have heard you very loud and clear. Yeah, you have touched the Italian, but I'm not sure we'll have time to talk on that, because I need to give the mic to Rage and Fury now, and then the space will end any moment from now. Rage and Fury, thank you so much, King David. Please, if you have not shared the space, or Guinea, what are you waiting for? If you have not joined the de facto government Telegram group, what are you waiting for? That is where you get all the information King David said. Go there, you see your admin group, your Telegram group for your different states. Click that link and join, so that you can be paying your liberation tax before the 15th of every month. Very important. Come together, Biafras. This is the time. Rage and Fury, you have the mic.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, Rage, please. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Just a minute. My sister, I'm so
Just
sorry
a minute,
for
my
the
sister. I'm so
interruption.
sorry for interruption. Don't use up a minute. Use like 10 seconds, because
No, just a second. Just a second. You see, I want to use this opportunity to tell Biafrans, before we held our town hall meeting last Sunday, a group of people who were in charge of Olu State before this dispensation, during the time of our Prime Minister, they vowed that Olu can never move forward. But I'm happy to announce to the general platform, to everybody that is here, that Olu is back with a bang. We held our town hall meeting, very successful. So the devil have been shamed once again. So Olu is back with a bang. And we are even planning another town hall meeting. Thank you so much.
Hallelujah.
Thank you very much. Glory to God. Thank you very much, my dear brother David. Thank you so much. We are very happy for this. God is uniting us, and God is bringing us all back home. You understand? My brother that has left the home, that has rejected the family, if he realizes that he's living a lie and he returns, I will be the first to point at the biggest good in our compound to kill the celebration of that brother. So we give glory to God for everything that is happening today. And I must also say a very big thank you to the host, Madam Tutos, and every great Biafran that is here present, freedom lovers and friends of Biafra. Special greetings to all our leaders, to all the defense forces, all the financial donors. We cannot appreciate here enough. One thing about life is that it is not a crime to be deceived. But when you realize that you are deceived, will you continue to live a lie? That is the problem Nigerians have. Nigerians know that if from 120 years ago, some 150 years ago, there was nothing like Nigeria. There was nothing called Nigeria. Their grandfathers, great-grandfathers were not called Nigerians. They have their identity as Biafrans. They have their cultural values. They have their kind of food, their kind of worship, the kind of God they worship. They know all of these things. It's 150 years ago, there was nothing like Nigeria, but the white man brought it to them just to make them, just to take away their resources, and they gave them the name Nigeria. There's some people, they are ready to die for that name that is given to them, Nigeria, a name that doesn't have meaning in their own mother's tongue. That is living a lie. Brothers and sisters, when you realize that you have been deceived, will you continue to live a lie? Please return home. Come back home. Let BNL be an example to each and every one of us. The members of the BNL, these are great people, great soldiers, Navy that has held their ground in the Bakassi Aziz. Talking about Prince Will, the founder, he's not a mere man. Prince Will, a man when don't trouble a fool. Prince Will is a man that is well to do. When you talk of ego, nobody should have a bigger ego than Prince Will. But look at him because he knows that he's a Biafran and he is called to free his people. Even though when he was deceived and he realized that he was deceived, he refused to live a lie and he returned to his home. Today, we are celebrating him and we are saying to him and the entire BNL, you are welcome back home. This is where you belong. At home, you feel safer. At home, you should make more progress at home. Though unfortunately, the enemies have taken everything we are supposed to use to make progress in our own home. They have hijacked everything. This is why we always run abroad to look for greener pasture, to seek for better life. Then this is why we are fighting so as to restore the glory of the home. And speaking about sit at home, the God of Biafra is alive. Elohim is alive. That no man can take the glory of the sit at home. Ejimako cannot take the glory. Jacob cannot take the glory. Even the BRGIA cannot take the glory because they cannot say, BRGIA cannot come out today and say that sit at home should stop and Biafran agree. It is the Biafran spirit and the spirit of our slain loved ones that are motivating us, pushing us to observe sit at home. Due to the love we have for the motherland, Biafra, due to the love we have for our leaders that are locked up and all the Biafrans that are locked up, it is the spirit of Biafra that motivates us, that pushes us, that moves us to observe the sit at home. So if it were to be something that is controlled by Ejimako, when Ejimako was crying that was saying that sit at home must stop, it would have stopped. So if it has stopped, the glory will be given to him, that he was the one in charge of sit at home. Likewise, when the makeup was used, if Biafrans refused to observe it, then the glory would have been given to him, that is the one that is in charge of sit at home. No man is in charge of sit at home. It is the spirit of Biafra that is in charge of sit at home. That is the spirit that is moving us to observe sit at home as a civil disobedience. Only way to express our thoughts. Biafra is the light of the world. It's one light that is going to liberate the world, Biafra. It's one light that is going to save our people. It's one light that is going to save Africa. This is why Nigerians all over the years, they have been looking for a way to get back to all these criminal and terrorist politicians. That's why you see the likes of Showere, every now and then, they are organizing a revolution and protesting on the street. Revolutionary. Once they go to the street, this is how Nigeria police and army with tear gas, they arrest a lot of them, kill a lot of them. If you show where will be running 440, you understand? But the Africans with the wisdom of God, they are able to come up with a mechanism to deal with this terrorist state called Nigeria. A mechanism called sit at home, which is affecting Nigeria, which is a referendum on its own, which simply shows that Nigeria has no access in this place. Nigeria has no power in this place. You understand? And Nigeria is crying over it today. So because we have discovered this, we must count ourselves lucky and fortunate. And to those that have been scattering, please, anybody that is doing something that is not moving you closer to your freedom, know that that is your enemy. And it's working for the oppressor. It's working for the enemy. You understand? So the likes of Madam Raphael Otibu Ajaire, the likes of Gold Professor Choma, the likes of Imam Mamugu, you have seen it all clear now. Look at the kind of disgrace they have brought to our Prime Minister, a man that is highly revered, a man that is highly respected. Look at the way they make this our former Prime Minister look like. Now you owe all the debts that are in Finland. Now you owe all the taxes that are in Finland.
Remember what the information minister said concerning where you are going, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for reminding me because myself, thank you very much. So Biafrans, Please let us be wise. Don't run away from your home. It is not a crime that you are deceived, okay? We are not mad at you that you are deceived. But when you realize that where you are not making progress, you are not having that home feeling, don't continue to live in a lie. Don't let your ego and pride to keep you in a lie. Don't live a lie like Nigerians. Nigerians are living a lie. They claim a foreign identity that has no connection with their roots, an identity that has no connection with their culture and tradition. They claim to be Nigerians. That is living a lie. I am a Biafran. I know my brothers. I know my sisters. When I see them, I know them. Their mothers tie two-piece wrapper. Their father tie one-piece wrapper. We eat the same food. We have the same worship system. We have the same culture and tradition. Like I was saying in the last fundraising, look at the presentation of Kola, the same way we do it in this. I don't know whether that you do it in your place, to Madam Tutor. Presentation of Kola. After presentation of Kola, we wage the Kola with money. The reason why we do it, the proverb goes that so that the Kola does not jump out of the plate. That is why we wage the Kola. After that, we tear the Kola. Is it not the same way it is done in your place, Madam Tutor? That is the way it is done in Mazi David's place. That is the way it is done in Auntie Eunice's place. I believe that is the way it is done in senior citizen Ben Owabo place. You understand? So we have everything in common. They're the enemies because they want to kill us, because they want to steal from us. They brought this foreign identity and introduce it to us. They use it to split us, to divide us. And they make our people to live a lie. They turn a brother against brother. They turn a sister against sister. And we continue to live a lie and begin to kill ourselves, fight against ourselves, when we should love ourselves, when we should deliver ourselves, when we should liberate ourselves and get those things that we are traveling out to get in our own home. It is time for us to unite for freedom. Thank you very much. Let me sing a song before I yield the mic. Which song am I going to sing? Biafra bilo kerore hoyoya Ubeneve gresere Onye ukpafo notisi wabona Biafra maina obilo Biafra ma obilo kerore hoyoya Beneve gresere Onye ukpafo notisi wawoma Biafra maina Biafra obilo Biafra mobilo kerore hoyoya Beneve gresere Onye hupafo notisi wa Afrika Biafra maina obilo Obilo Biafra obilo Biafra mobilo Obilo. Thank you very much. I hear the mic here. I remain Ranger Fury, aka Udewo Wachineke.
Thank you. Thank you, Wachineke, Ranger Fury. Thank you for your beautiful song. Thank you for your submission. Thank you for your advice to Biafrans. Okay, Biafrans, I have just less than 15 minutes. I don't know if I can, because I'm so much interested in this chemical that is on the Nigerian soil right now.
Auntie Tutos, please check your back message and get back so that just that one is for Mazi David to support what he just said. Thank you.
Okay.
Somebody's mic is making noise.
Thank you so much. Gini, thank you for the last town hall meeting. Thank you so much, King David. Oh, this is from you, Gini, Minister.
Just to support for what you said. I'm also from Olu State, so I was absent. Somehow I was present, but I was not able to participate fully on that meeting. But anyway, just to support of what he said, definitely in the
Oh,
next coming up town hall meeting, definitely we all will be definitely active and show our support
oh,
that we are ready to go. Thank you.
oh. Okay, I'll send it to our information minister with a little illustration so that he will understand. Yeah, our minister, your hand is up. Our regional CEO is welcome.
Yes, greetings everyone. Our own sister Tutor. Greetings from here. Kondo, my dear.
Our regional CEO is welcome.
And all our senior citizens, I want to appreciate you all for being here with us and giving us the courage and, that good spirit to continue in the good path of what we are supposed to be doing for the Biafran people. I'll keep it very short. And tutors, this is not the other kind of keeping it short. This is going to be very brief. I just wanted to point out something from your earlier conversation, which I would like you to, just go through it once more before you end the space. For Biafrans who are listening to us and friends of Biafra, I just want you to take a step back and remember what our sister just read out to us about the different supposed military barracks of Nigeria that has been, overrun by the terrorists just in 2025. And their activities of overrunning barracks has continued again in 2026. Now, there is something that stands out with all of this terrorism that you see that goes on in these different locations. Whenever they do this, they not only kill soldiers, but they also take over military equipments and documents, communication materials for the military. When they pack all these military equipments that they get from these military barracks, be it the vehicles, the ammunitions, and all what's not, what do you think they use them for? I need to remind people what Gumi, the terrorist Gumi, Sheikh Gumi, said. He said that the bandits, the baptismal name which they give the terrorists, the Nigerian sponsored terrorists, must continue with their kidnapping in order to be able to fund their war machine. And today, our sister has read out to us multiple military barracks in Nigeria that has been overrun by these terrorists. Out of all these military barracks that were overrun, how many have you heard the Nigerian government condemn? How many times have you heard them speak on these issues? I'm sure you've never heard about it, because I never did hear any of the barracks that was overrun being condemned by either the president or their commanders in chiefs. What does that tell you? The Nigerian terrorist state is one with the terrorists who are carrying out these actions in the land. The one thing I want to tell our people is this: all these equipment that they are taking, all these things that they are gathering from the Nigerian terrorist state, they are gathering them to be able to fight you when the final whistle of this war is blown. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep sitting on the fence? Are you going to keep relaxing where you are as if it doesn't concern you? Meanwhile, it concerns each and every one of us. The more you take your time to act like these things are not your issues, the more they not only become your issue, but they become issues that you cannot handle. If you prepare now, you will be able to tackle the enemies that are waiting for you in front. But if you don't, if you continue to sit back and act like it is no man's business, Believe you me, all of us will suffer the brunt of our negligence towards the call for our restoration, towards the call to defend our land. Our negligence towards that call, we will all suffer the brunt of it. Be you in diaspora, be you in homeland. Because you that is in diaspora, you have your families back home. And you that is in homeland that has refused to rise up and do the needful. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, but I believe that you're already experiencing some negative effect of this negligence, this deaf ear that you're paying to our call. The earlier the better, they say. Emengwangwa, emehelodachi. Manyu koma million obala anyo fofo. Ask yourself a simple question. If the Nigerian state is funding these terrorists, if these terrorists are making hundreds of millions from taxes that they are collecting from people, who is in charge of those territories? Does the Nigerian state not know that these terrorists are collecting taxes in their supposed sovereign states? Ask yourself these questions. If they are funding all these people, who is funding your defense? Who is funding your defense? If you are not part of those who are funding your defense, you're only prolonging your suffering. Believe it or not, you are only prolonging your suffering. The earlier we do these things, the better for each and every one of us. Dalun everyone, and may God continue to strengthen you to do the needful. Tutor is about to end the space, so if any other person is available, pick up the space. There is a lot to talk about. Nigeria is bathing in terrorism. Every day there are different terrorist acts that are going on in Nigeria. Nigeria as a territory experienced more than 3 to 4 terrorism in different locations every day. There is no country in the world where that happens besides Nigeria. And funny enough, it doesn't get talked about. So we will always shed light to the evil and the terrorism that happens in Nigeria. Because what? Because why? Because we are children of light, and we will shine light on the evil they call Nigeria. Dalun everyone, and don't forget, our website is open 24/7. The war is going on every minute, every second. That is how we need funding, every minute, every second. The little that every one of us do, Miria, just each and every one of us just doing as little as we can. Go in this freedom fighting. Ife akanyi banyi wenwe bobi, the heart to spend it. So bring in your little eje, bring in your little ejema, kotujuola anyi oba mmiriae. Dalun everyone, and I'm giving 20 ejema for today's space. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, our original COS. How can I end the space without your voice? Thank you, sir. You know, our COS, Gumi made a statement or even made a post and said, Donald Trump is protecting Christians. Israeli Prime Minister is protecting the Jews. Modi is protecting Hindus. And he said, who then is protecting Islam and Muslims? He refused to answer the question. So he has volunteered to protect Islam and Muslims. And for us now, Biafrans, what are we doing to protect ourselves? You see, when we host space like this, we are not just coming out to talk because we love talking. No. We really have to make some connections and get clarifications. After acquiring all the, it's just that I don't have time. Maybe the next space, our media team will elaborate more on it, because I also wanted to connect the troops on ground as a result of this bombing of the military camps, so that we understand what is happening. Even me also, I will understand what is happening and learn from you as well. Now, they have acquired all these weapons to use it on Biafrans. And Biafrans are saying it doesn't concern me because our land to some extent is peaceful because of our BDF. Now, they have imported chemical. You see, my people say Afon Adiok, Afon Adiok, Afon means good, Adiok means bad. Rufai, El Rufai, Afon, good, Ano Adiok, it also is a bad person, we know. These are the people funding terrorism. And if we see what is happening, he has spilled a lot of things. He has spilled beans. And truth is coming out, exposing themselves. This one is saying you did this. This one is saying you did this. And all ears are open. But we have to know that the only enemy that they not have are Biafrans. We are their enemies. And whatever they are doing, they are targeting Biafrans. Whether they find you in their circle or not, whether they use you as a saboteur or not, you are already their enemy. So all the governors, dining with them, and whosoever wants to dine with them, you are already an enemy to them, and they will end you. Now we understand how this man, Mali Affair, my Lafia, I don't know, I'll try and be pronouncing his name well, may he rest in peace. How he died, because he died mysteriously. And Erufai, I will just invest a little 10 or 15 minutes. Erufai requested clarification on the procurement of thallium. Why am I, trying to explain this thing to the best of my ability? When the next space open, you can continue. Is that Biafrans should be aware that there is a poison on ground, and you are the target. Believe it or not, you are the target. And this man came out in the midst of this, they are raped, and said, as a concerned citizen seeking clarification about the information available to opposition leadership about the procurement of approximately 10 kilograms of thallium sulfate by the Office of the National Security Advisor, reportedly from a supplier in Poland. This National Security Advisor, remember, Biafrans, that he was the one, after getting the smoke and the heat from Biafra Republic government in exile, and the announcement of the CPC, he was the man that rushed to Washington, D.C. to kick against the genocide of Christians in Nigeria and deny that there was something like genocide. He immediately organized meetings and said, no, that there is no genocide in Nigeria. It did not end there. This is the same man, National Security Advisor, Ribadu, that did what? Signed, contracted the DCI lobbying firm. And remember that lobbying firm was in, how did they put it? On behalf of Ribadu, this same national advisor, to do what? To deny that there is no genocide going on in Nigeria. This same Ribadu is the one that has recruited all the Mieti Allah and rebranded them with a new name called Forest Guard. And they have caught these forest guards so many times with arms and weapons, slaughtering people in Kwara State. The same Kwara State is the state that the governor came out and said that his mandate is to make a block vote, complete block vote, and give it to Tinubu to become the next president in 2027. It is the same Ribadu that El-Rufai is now accusing of buying 10 kilograms of thallium sulfate in his office. What is going on? And this man asked 6 questions. He demanded 6 questions. What is the intended purpose and end use of this chemical? Who is the supplier? Was it imported under a chemical or defense permit? What is the total quantity and concentration? And where is it stored? And what security arrangements are in place for this chemical? What regulation oversight exists with NAFDAC with this chemical? Have any public health risk assessment been developed given the extreme toxicity of this chemical? You are the target, Biafrans. Especially you that is so close to this Fulani. especially you that wants to die for one Nigeria, especially you that is preparing your mind for 2027 election, which we have told you there will be no election, Nigerian election in Biafra land. And you know, this was not a private inquiry. This was a public accusation designed to create a paper trail. Now, Ribadu, as usual, denied this accusation. But El-Rufai is still standing by it. He says opposition leaders have the documentation. You know, this is the man that supported Tinubu and did everything within his power to make sure Tinubu won election in 2023. The same man that ganged up with all the Northern elites to kidnap Onyendu. So he knows a lot. And now they started threatening him with fraud, 400 and something billion naira. They now said he should, that journalist that up till today has gone missing with, they have now, they resurfaced that case just to make sure they cage him. Now he's in EFCC custody. We understand the game, but in the midst of the games, we are getting information. The same template they use for Malami is what they're using for him. We understand, but we are getting something serious from it. You know, last Friday, he listened to an what is it called, intercepted telephone conversation involving Ribadu, and you don't know how long they have been intercepting this phone call. So he knows a lot, and Ribadu knows that this man knows a lot, and he says someone tapped the NSA phone, and he heard Ribadu allegedly instructing security operatives to arrest him. I am not saying what I'm saying to side him or to stop. No, I am interested in this chemical and where it will end. Their targets are Biafrans because we are the only enemies they have. They are not going to use it on the terrorists because for long they would have wiped them off, but they cannot because they are the ones funding them. So Rufai is telling the whole world that the government imported deadly poison into the country and his phone calls are being monitored, and NSA is ordering his arrest. He's creating a public record in case something happens to him, that they should know where the problem is coming from. And if you look at the physical properties of this chemical, it is colorless. So even if they drop it in food for you or put in your drink, you can never see color in it. It doesn't have odor. It doesn't have taste, tasteless, and it dissolves in water. Immediately it will dissolve. And it looks like sugar or salt, sort of, with small grains. So it will dissolve very fast. You can put it in someone's food or drink, and they will not even know. So for adults weighing 62 kg, for example, just 1 gram, you have 50% chance of living or dying within 3 days. And 1 teaspoon contains 33.8 grams, enough to kill 34 people at a spot. And El-Rufai said the country, a national advisor, Ribadu, imported 10 kilograms. So approximately it's going to kill 10,000 people. And it kills slowly. Slowly, because you need to understand why this is called the poisonous poison. It has stages. You know, we have to begin to think back about people that died mysteriously. All of a sudden, what happened? The person was not sick. It will first of all affect your gastrointestinal, that is your digestive system. You start to vomit, or you may start to have diarrhea or severe pain. And you know, our people will go and buy medicine and say, okay, I have malaria. You'll be treating malaria. Meanwhile, you have just consumed a poison, because it is very easy for them to give a pinch to their agent, which they will spread around Biafra land. And then to begin to affect your brain. You begin to have confusion, or you go into seizure if you're even